back in, I want to say 2015. It might have been 2014. One of the two. I was in high school at the time. The MCU was on the rise. It was so good. People were having fun, enjoying it. There might have been a hit or miss here or there. Mainly Avengers 2, the Thor movies at the time. I'm trying to think of another movie that might have hit or miss with some people. But the MCU was probably at some of its best moments. Well, maybe best moments compared to now. But one of the things the MCU brought about was this man right here, Charlie Cox, Daredevil. Oh, I can't say I love Daredevil. I enjoyed the show, but I didn't like Daredevil that much. I preferred Kingpin. I was a big fan of Vincent D'Onofrio back then, so much so that I even watched most of his work. I think he's a fantastic actor, and I loved his version of the Kingpin because I'm a big fan of the Kingpin. I think he's a terrifying villain. He's big, bulky, super strong, and is a businessman, and those people actually kind of terrify me in their own way. When you're smart and not just brute force, he has his own charm to him. But why am I bringing this up? Well, as many of you know, Disney. God, Disney. We always talk about Disney. Disney and the MCU is making another Daredevil series more in line with the MCU versus what we got through Netflix. Because funnily enough, Netflix Daredevil ended up going its own way, its own route. All the Netflix series went their own direction versus sticking together with the MCU. Now, they reference the MCU in season 1 here or there, the Battle of New York, things of that nature. They had references, but they were their own thing. They were their own universe. And Charlie Cox's Daredevil was, I have to admit, even though I wasn't a huge fan, I'm just not a huge Daredevil fan, I will have to admit, Charlie Cox's Daredevil was a fantastic casting and a fantastic character, and I did enjoy it. Not a huge fan, that's just me personally. Daredevil never really appealed to me. A lot in the Marvel universe, I only have a handful of people I actually like, so it is what it is. But like I said, Disney and the MCU is making their own Born Again comic featuring Charlie Cox, and as many people really wanted it to be TVMA, more rated R, more gritty, one of the things that made the Daredevil show so amazing. Nope. Charlie Cox tells Daredevil fans lobbying for a TVMA reboot, we've done that. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do it anymore. I never really thought they were going to do it. I barely even think they're going to make Deadpool 3 rated R, even though it needs to be rated R. But no, Disney has a family-friendly bent. No, we have to make all of our movies soft PG-13. We can't show boobs. We can't show butts. We can't show blood unless it's dudes. We can't have super violence, but at the same time, we can't. It's so disturbing and weird that I don't know anymore. But for everybody thinking that Born Again might at least have that dark grittiness, it doesn't look like it. Daredevil Born Again star Charlie Cox has warned fans that the upcoming Disney Plus series may not be rated TVMA, despite reports suggesting otherwise. Speaking to NME, Cox admitted that he agreed with fans who believe The Man Without Fear works best when he's geared towards a slightly more mature audience. Yes, because The Man Without Fear is brutal. He does some brutal fights, has some brutal takedowns, and my God, it is so dark and gritting that it's fun. That was one of the most appealing parts about Daredevil, was how dark and gritty it was compared to the MCU. Now, the MCU had some dark, gritty moments, don't get me wrong. But comparing the street-level thuggery, the street-level violence, these maybe more espionage style versus world calamity events and things like that, the charm, it was a different thing for the MCU. What Daredevil was building was a different universe altogether that was well received through the Daredevil side. Punisher as well, but Going on to state that this instinct is that on Disney Plus it will be dark, but it probably won't be as gory. No, what's probably gonna happen is they'll get all gruff and dark and mean and oh yeah, kind of like how he was talking. I can't go any further. In She-Hulk, when he was talking as Daredevil, he was dark and gritty a little bit, Oh, hey. A little more darker, a little more grittier. He said some things. He actually talked back to Jen. He talked back. But that's probably... It probably won't be as goofy as that, but it'll still be that. It'll still be goofy. That's what I'm seeing. And you won't see any gore because... Well, we can't have gore in the MCU. We can't have a superhero that actually breaks bones. We can't do that. Although we did it in Mom, but never mind. Cox is aware that some Marvel fans may be disappointed to hear that the tone of Born Again won't be exactly the same as the Netflix series. Yeah, because the Netflix series was perfect. Well, borderline perfect. Almost perfect, but almost perfect. I'll say that. Why is that? Because of the dark grittiness, that was one of the reasons. It was a different feel. It had its own thing. It was very unique. People really liked it. One of my favorite characters is Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. I found that dude so terrifying in his delivery and what he was doing and what he was. That's why I liked it. I'm not a fan of Daredevil. I'm a fan of Kingpin. That was a proper depiction of Kingpin in my books. Now, Kingpin's this big, bulky dude that you'll probably never be able to get on in real life. But seeing Vincent D'Onofrio, who is a big, bulky dude in real life, play him was fantastic. And you get that scene where he's with that Russian brother and the car door, just bam, 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 because he's angry with the brother. You don't get that in the MCU. You don't get moments like that. But those were moments that defined the Daredevil series. By that, he is excited to try something new with the character. I would say that to those people, we've done that, he said. Let's take the thing that really worked, but can we broaden? Can we appeal to a slightly younger audience without losing what we've learned about what works? You can appeal to a younger audience. You can. But Disney's going nowhere near what it was. You see, the thing is, your tone was one of the key aspects to your show. The darkness, the grittiness, things like that. Kids can appeal to that too. Kids like Batman, for crying out loud. I'm not even pointing towards the Tim Burton. Actually, yeah, the Tim Burton movies. Kids like those. Yeah, kids like those. Go to Christopher Nolan's Christopher Nolan's Batman series. Kids like those. I like those. I was a kid when those were coming out. Kids can appeal to dark and gritty. You don't chase kids away when you're dark and gritty. You can actually attract children to watch this. And who's to say kids didn't watch Daredevil when it was on Netflix? It was there. So that tone already works, so why change it? Well, because Netflix can't have it. So, as we continue works, Cox comments seemingly contradict earlier reports that Daredevil Born Again would be rated TVMA, which is equivalent to an R rating in film. Yeah, it was because it was dark, it was brooding. I mean, all you have to do to appeal to a more kid audience, all you have to do is maybe take out boobs. That's about it. All 3 seasons of Daredevil on Netflix were rated TVMA, bringing Marvel fans a series that didn't shy away from gritty, realistic depictions of violence or how being Daredevil affected Matt Murdock's emotional and physical well-being. Yeah. See, key moments like those ingratiated Daredevil and Matt Murdock to a wider audience. People became more appealed to Daredevil. People wanted Daredevil more. So much so that those 3 seasons are beloved. They were very popular. And the character became more popular. Again, I'm more of I like them because of Vincent D'Onofrio. That's me. If Marvel Studios doesn't settle on aiming for Born Again to be rated, now CBR you effed up here, but TV-14, but it's supposed to be TVMA, it would be the Marvel Cinematic Universe's first Disney Plus series not to be rated TV-14. Well, it's going to be rated TV-14, and here's the reason why it's going to be rated TV-14. Echo will set up Born Again storyline. That's right, Echo's going to be setting it up. Who here is excited for Echo? Anyone? Anyone at all? Excited for Echo? You excited for a paraplegic, mute, deaf girl getting her own story? Somebody who wasn't really big in the comics? Yeah, she's getting her own show. It's kind of like the Agatha show, you know. Yeah, she's getting her own thing. Do you guys remember who Echo is? Oh, Echo comes from the, Hawkeye series, where Hawkeye wasn't even the main character. Where they already ruined Vincent D'Onofrio for me. Yeah, you remember that? You guys remember those people? No? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Well, Cox and his Daredevil co-star Vincent D'Onofrio will have already returned to the MCU. Have. Dyslexia, god dang it. Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and Wilson Fisk, Kingpin. Oh, I loved it. Respectively, they have not yet had the chance to share the screen together. That will likely change in the upcoming Hawkeye spin-off series Echo, which has been confirmed to feature both actors in their respective roles. Both characters' involvement in Echo will reportedly set up the Born Again storylines. Yep. Who's excited for Echo, by the way? Anybody at all? No? Yeah, I didn't think so. With Kingpin's appearance in Echo building up to him running for mayor of New York City, while Daredevil will be searching for a former ally, rumored to be Jessica Jones. Oh, yay, 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 yay. All this stuff in the Daredevil show. Daredevil's going to be backseat fiddle probably to his own show, I'm willing to bet. Because if he's looking for Jessica Jones, Echo's going to be there. Yeah, not fun. With production of Born Again scheduled to commence in February 2023, Marvel Studios has begun filling out the series' ensemble cast with Michael Gandolfini, the Many Saints of Newark. Don't know who that is. Margarita Laviv, I'm probably butchering this. Viva Las Vegas. The Deuce. Well, I didn't need to know that you used the bathroom, but okay. The Sandrine Holt. Why did I have the? And Sandrine Holt, American Gigolo. Haven't watched it, don't know what it is. All boarding the series to undisclosed roles. Eldon Henson is also rumored to be returning as Matt Murdock's friend and colleague, Foggy Nelson, who honestly needs to be in it because I also liked him. Foggy was the human connection for Matt Murdock. Matt Murdock does need a human aspect because being the man without fear, he kind of lacks emotions. It's just a thing. While sources have stated Scream's Jenna Ortega will appear as White Tiger, although their casting remains unconfirmed at this time. I think they're going to be there. Why? Back to the main point, though. Born Again is not going to be Daredevil. It will be Daredevil. It will be... I'm trying to think what it is. It will be the body of Daredevil hollowed out, put on the Disney... But Mickey Mouse is going to be inside of it. The MCU is going to be inside of it. Bob Iger is going to be inside of it. All those people will be inside of it. And Charlie Cox is just there. But with all that, guys, let me get your guys' thoughts on all this down below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it out with your friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video, go live. And get that notification, And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.